2, 1.
Hey viewers, it's TimmyJ2009, aka Carter, and I'm back here with another My Little Pony video. Now, it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. I know you all like Thomas the Tank Engine on my YouTube channel, and it is true, Thomas does get all the views, but I thought I would do a little something different just for the fun of it. Like, I just do these videos for fun. I mean, I know they don't get a lot of views, but I still do them for fun. So, for those of you who don't remember, I actually did a review on the Trixie Lululemon plush a few months ago, and I think she's pretty cute, and she was well worth the $19 I spent on her. But now is the moment where we've all been waiting for quite some time. I've mentioned her in the Trixie Lululemon video. We're going to be taking a look at the myth, the meme, the legend herself, Starlight Glimmer. Now, if you've been on my channel and you've seen my My Little Pony videos, you might know that I really love Starlight Glimmer a lot. So, I think you're all probably going to be wondering, like, why I, of all people, love this franchise. Well, I think I'm going to try and make this video fully dedicated to Starlight and tell you why she's awesome. I have shown her off a few times in my videos. Like, I have a few 3-printed versions of Starlight. I have other merchandise of Starlight, but I think this is probably my favorite. So, first, let's talk about the quick recap of the Trixie plush, if you haven't seen it. So, if you haven't seen my Trixie Lululemon plush, I'm going to tell you the story. So, there's actually a YouTuber called Mr. Brony, and I think he's a pretty great YouTuber, and he's became one of my favorite YouTubers as the time went on. So, I first saw him in his Battle for Dream Island reactions, and those were actually his first videos I've ever seen. He's actually been on YouTube ever since February of 2021, and he does unboxings and reaction videos, and his unboxing videos are quite interesting, and his reactions are pretty awesome. Now, his reactions are ones that he only does reactions of things that he's never seen before, like, and does a little bit of My Little Pony fan-made content. But his unboxing videos involve like different games or DVDs or shirts, and my favorite ones are his My Little Pony plushies, including but not limited to the Trixie Lululemon plush. So, I have been a huge fan of Trixie ever since I first watched My Little Pony. Even though she might not be my favorite antagonist, she's still pretty amazing, and she's quite the character. So, ever since that unboxing video, I've really had my eyes on this plush, and he literally inspired me to like get my own Trixie plush. I did wait about the right time to buy it, and this was actually supposed to arrive June 10th, but it came really early. So yeah, I think this is pretty nice to have. But now we have Starlight Glimmer in the collection now. And I have to say, this is like the holy grail of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And I'm going to tell you... Okay, so first I'm going to actually say that I'm going to try to talk about the things that I've already mentioned before in my videos. And then we'll talk about everything that I haven't said about her, which is amazing. Like, there are like a lot of layers to Starlight Glimmer's character, and that's what I love about certain shows. The amount of characters who have character development, where they start off kind of interesting and then they learn more about themselves and they do good things and they make right decisions in their lives and become better as time goes on. And that's what Starlight Glimmer is about. So, I've already mentioned that I think Starlight is... Okay, so I'm actually going to tell you how I did become a brony. So, it all started back in 2017 when I was like 15 years old. I was quite old back then. Like, I was in my, I was like 15 years old, as I said. So, but actually the show came out in 2010, which is interesting. Like, I think I might have been like 8 years old by then. But I watched this show when I was 15 in 2017. So, it all started when we both went to the library in Grand Lake. And we have those libraries where you have not only books, but movies as well. So, I then came across a DVD called Twilight and Starlight from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and I found it quite interesting. I already knew what the show was back then, but for some strange reason, I never actually seen an episode until 2017. Then I just jumped at the opportunity to, like, watch Twilight and Starlight, because why not? Like, I've always been curious to know how good of a franchise this is, and Starlight was actually the very first pony who I became obsessed with. I think out of all the ponies, Rainbow Dash was my favorite, and she still is, if you're wondering. But Starlight was actually the very first pony who actually introduced me to the show. I haven't seen My Little Pony in chronological order, which is strange. So, but anyways, yeah, I instantly fell in love with Starlight, and I think all the episodes are very well written. The show is quite funny. The characters are all likable, and the voices are very beautiful, especially Starlight's voice.
Who does her voice?
So, I think Kelly Sheridan is an amazing actress. She really captures Starlight pretty well. She kind of like makes her sound more cute and caring instead of evil and conniving. Like, for those of you who have not heard of Starlight, she's actually the main villain of My Little Pony Season 5 in the episodes The Cutie Map, and then she first appeared in the Season 5 premiere, and then she later returned again in the Season 5 finale, which is interesting. One thing that I do love about Starlight is the amount of screen time she gets. Like, ever since Starlight reformed, they gave her so much more episodes dedicated to her. They gave her more character development and just a lot of screen time, which is quite interesting. Like, there are not a lot of relevant My Little Pony characters, which is interesting. Like, there's only like a few characters who appear once, which kind of sucks. There's like few characters who like appear a short amount of time, but not enough. But Starlight has appeared like quite a number of times in the show, which is surprising. Like, it's almost like they're treating her like the main character. Like, she's actually like my favorite pony who's not part of the main 6. Out of all the non-main My Little Pony characters, Starlight would be my instant #1 favorite. And I really love the character development she goes through, like the whole character arc. So she goes from being evil and conniving and manipulative and kind of being a dictator, because the whole reason why she's evil is because she thinks that cutie marks ruin friendships, and Sunburst actually got a cutie mark before her. So she went into an entire village, stole everyone's cutie marks, and made everyone equal, which is kind of strange. If you don't know what a cutie mark is, it's actually the symbol of what a character is. Like, you've got Applejack, who is a country girl and a farmer, so her cutie mark is apples, and I do love Starlight Glimmer's cutie mark here. It's actually quite nice, and the color is actually pretty nice. This purple right here, it kind of reminds me of one of the paints I use. Like,
it's like a burgundy almost, maroon.
It's like a metallic burgundy color, which is what I use when I paint Lady from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Which is kind of interesting. Like, even the little like green stripes on the cutie mark, like the different like lines on them, which is one thing I love about Starlight. She did trick everyone to think she had an equal sign cutie mark, but it was just like pasteled onto her. So then I love the whole like liar reveal thing at the end, and then the way they defeated Starlight. She did manage to escape, and we didn't see her again until the Season 5 finale. Then she went back in time and almost destroyed the universe, like tried to destroy the main canon of My Little Pony, where the ponies became friends because of Rainbow Dash's Sonic Rain Boom. And that's how everyone got their cutie mark. But without Rainbow Dash's Rain Boom, they all can't become friends and they can't have their cutie marks, which is interesting. The whole episode is just about Starlight and Twilight going back in time. Their fight scene was pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that Starlight rolled her eyes when she messed up is another interesting thing. Which is one of the reasons why Incredible loves Starlight, because she actually did make a reference to Pixar's The Incredibles, where she like talks to the hero, then messes up, and then rolls her eyes. The only difference between that and Syndrome is that Starlight actually puts Twilight in an ice cube thing, and then Twilight like falls through the clouds, and then that's when Starlight rolls her eyes. But Syndrome is just throwing around Mr. Incredible with his 0-point energy, and actually like throws him like, then he rolls his eyes and says, "Oh, brilliant." Like, I think Syndrome is quite the interesting villain of Pixar. I think he's kind of an interesting villain. His motivations are quite nice, if I'm not gonna lie. But I think Starlight's motivations are kind of interesting, and you do really feel sympathy for her when you realize that her childhood friend left her. She could have just like tracked him down, but we wouldn't have like the whole character arc of her. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing. I love her interactions with the main 6. The main 6 all work great as supporting characters, like side characters, just like help Starlight become amazing. All of Starlight's development actually comes from Twilight Sparkle herself. So at the end of the Season 5 finale, Starlight was willing to get whatever punishment she wanted, but instead of punishing her, which is strange, Twilight just offers her as her new pupil. So she's actually going to teach Starlight what Celestia taught her, which one of the things I love about is the passing the torch trope. So Twilight is just like helping Starlight learn what she learned by Celestia. So Twilight became the student of friendship, then became the princess in season 4, and now in season 5, she's now going to teach Starlight what she learned. So that's quite amazing. Like, so now we get to see Starlight trying to be good and not evil, which is what I love. She went from being conniving to more caring and understanding. I think her voice did change for the better because she sounds more sweet and friendly. Like, she's willing to make new friends. She's not like trying to be evil anymore. One thing about Starlight is that she does get nervous sometimes. She's a little bit outgoing because in the season 6 premiere, she does try to like weasel her way out of reuniting with Sunburst because of how scared she is. But then she then confesses to Sunburst about how evil she was, and then they figure out how to stop the snowstorm at the end, and then the crystalline becomes a success, and the snowstorm is no more. So I think it's quite interesting. So her first friendship lesson did actually go well, thanks to the help of Spike the Dragon helping her. And I think that the fact that Twilight is now Starlight's mentor makes her a little bit better. If you don't know, Twilight is my least favorite character of the main 6. And I'm not gonna lie, she still is to this day, even though she has a great character arc. She got wings in season 3, she became the princess, and now she's Starlight's teacher now. But to this day, I still kind of find her not as interesting as the other characters. She was kind of like a blank slate when I first watched My Little Pony. But she still has quite the moments, actually. My favorite Twilight episodes are actually Magical Mystery Cure, and then Lesson 0, which is probably the funniest Twilight episode. I mean, Twilight is rarely funny, but I actually love Starlight more than Twilight Sparkle, actually.
You're at 12 minutes.
Okay, so I think we're doing good so far. So,
all right.
Now let's talk about why I love Starlight more than Twilight. So, it's quite interesting. Like, you have Twilight, who's like kind of a blank slate. She doesn't have much to her character. I mean, she's not like a Mary Sue or anything. She does have her flaws. I mean, that's one thing I love about My Little Pony. Even though all the main characters are females, they do have their flaws. I mean, these characters like well thought of. They're all likable and funny. Like, the humor is quite nice in My Little Pony. I laugh so hard, and I've literally like been so happy with this franchise. I love the show more than anything in the world. Not Thomas the Tank Engine. I love Thomas the most, but My Little Pony is my favorite non-Thomas franchise. And there's actually quite a lot of reasons. I might do a review on My Little Pony and tell you why I love it so much and give it all the praise it gets. Like, this show has like quite the number of fans attached to it. Even male people. Like, this has quite the community and all the Comic-Con things, like the brony cons.
Okay, you're at 13 minutes.
Okay.
Just talk about them.
Okay, so the reason I love Starlight more than Twilight, she's more funnier, which is no joke. She actually became more funny as the show went on. I mean, she also went from being sweet and caring to now being more funnier. Like, everything Starlight says is top-notch humor. Like, she is, like, up there with Spike, who is the comic relief, and so is Discord. Discord is a hilarious character, in my opinion. Like, his voice is very quotable, and I really love all the things Starlight says, and, like, specifically My Little Pony Season 7, like, Rock Solid Friendship was actually the first episode where I kind of laughed at Starlight's humor. I love her interactions with Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy. Her interactions with Big Macintosh are pretty funny as well. Like, the magic she used to, like, get him to speak actual words instead of saying yep and nope all the time is kind of funny.
Okay.
So, yeah. Even her interactions with Rainbow Dash is quite amazing. And Twilight just helping her out. Like, all of Star's development comes from Twilight, like I said. And her character arc is what actually helped me love this franchise. And without Starlight, I wouldn't know what I would do with My Little Pony. I would still think that Rainbow Dash is cool and all, but Starlight really steals the show for me. She's so amazing and so epic. She's kind of like one of the craziest films we've ever had. Not as crazy as, like, Lord Tira. He was, like, a huge threat in My Little Pony, because he actually, like, sucks everyone's magic and becomes bigger and stronger. Starlight just steals everyone's cutie marks. It's not that threatening, but it is kind of threatening if you think about it. And I think one of the things that mind blows me is the way she made friends with the great and powerful Trixie. Like, I think their friendship and bond is sort of interesting. Like, I think they do make a great couple, and I have to say, like, I love Sunburst because he was Starlight's old friend, but Trixie Lulumoon was actually the first, no, she was the second pony who I had a crush on. So, if you don't know, Fluttershy was actually the first pony who I actually had this love feeling for. I had like a huge crush with Fluttershy. But Trixie was actually the second pony who I fell in love with. And I think their voices are pretty nice. Like, Trixie's voice is cute. Mr. Incredible does not lie about Trixie. Everything he said about her made me agree with him. Her screaming is hilarious. Her magic isn't the most impressive, but she's still kind of cute. And the fact that she's blue, which is my favorite color. And the fact that, like, I have both Starlight and Trixie. One thing about the Starlight plush is that Starlight is actually supposed to be like a paler lavender than Twilight, but this feels kind of like a pink almost. Like, she looks kind of like a palish pink.
Yeah, it's almost pink.
Yeah, but she does have, like, this lilac hair color. Well, so, if you're wondering what this is,
You're
it's actually...
16. Are you going to talk about the plush?
Yeah, but I think one funny thing about having both Starlight and Trixie, this is like a gender reveal since they're both blue and pink.
Right. Are you going to put the pictures of the plushie before the mods in the comments, or do you want me to show this, or what?
I want to show, because if you don't know, Starlight had a really weird season 5 design before. Like, she didn't look like this when I first watched My Little Pony. She just had that weird season 5 design.
It's hard to see on here the way that hair was split around the unicorn horn too. There was like 2 bangs, one bang on one side and one bang on the other side.
Now, if you do like the old Starlight design, I do respect your opinion, but this is actually based off the season 6.
The bangs were bothering you.
Yeah. So this is based off the season 6 Starlight. This is actually like a custom plush, not an official one. I mean, we did pay $19 for the Starlight plush. It is real McCoy, because it does have the tag right here. The same way Trixie has her tag. So the company is Ollie Factory. This is actually a real item, even though it was made by a Chinese company, but it's still pretty nice. The hair is just my big complaint.
Okay, so lay it down this way and you can tell what we did. The first thing we did was we cut this off.
So,
and relocated it to the side here.
Alright, so, yeah. At first, I thought she was going to have the equal sign cutie mark, but I'm actually shocked to see that she does have her original cutie mark. Honestly, if she had, like, the season 6 design and the equal sign cutie mark, I think it would have been a little bit better, but...
Like one on each side?
Yeah. Actually, one thing Incredible pointed out is that the cutie mark is on both sides of the flank. He actually has a lot of other ponies besides Trixie, and they all have a cutie mark on one side for some reason.
I like it on both. It's cute.
Yeah. Even on my 3 printed ponies, I actually do have a cutie mark on both sides of them all. There are a couple characters who don't have cutie marks, because not every character is a pony.
You're at 18. Let's finish about the hair. So
now,
then we cut this off right here. We cut both of those bangs off, and we went to the fabric store and bought matching fleece.
I mean, the color doesn't entirely match, but it's still close enough. You can still tell that's
we could get
season 6 Starlight Glimmer. I mean, the hair is like a little bit odd because this is like really big and puffy.
Yeah,
like,
she's got like the Amy Winehouse beehive on the back of her head here. Yeah. Really big poop.
It almost like covers, like takes up, it almost like touches her flank.
It's as big as her body, at least.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I like about Trixie is that it's a little bit more skinnier.
Yeah, this one is big. But then we made a new front piece and a new little swoop on the side to match the other swoop.
Honestly, I think this customization was pretty nice, and
yeah, we did it about 3 different times to get it exactly like you wanted it.
Even if like the proportions are a little bit different than Trixie, like the head and the horn is a bit smaller and the ears are a little bit thicker and bigger.
Yeah, it's not too different.
Yeah, but she even has like the half-lidded eye face like Trixie.
Yeah, I love her eyes.
Now she does have the cat smile, if you can see, but
they all do, right?
Yeah,
from that line.
I think what's sort of interesting is that her cat smile isn't that visible, but it's still recognizable.
Do you have 4 of these total now?
I actually have 5. I have Canes, I have Rainbow Dash, I have Fluttershy. I do want to get Princess Luna and Pinkie Pie's.
Yeah, you have some on your Christmas list.
Sunset Shimmer, the Kumar Crusaders. There's like a load of characters they made. They made every character from season 1 through 5, including Flurry Heart, the baby.
Oh.
Now, one weird thing is that they made Flurry Heart, who is a season 6 character, around the time that they made a redesign of Starlight Glimmer in season 6. So I don't know why they couldn't have just like made a season 6 Starlight when they had Flurry Heart. Then they could have made like Sunburst, Minuet, Silver Spoon, Vapor Trail, Sky Stinger, etc., etc. Like, they do make a couple of characters, but not a lot of them. Like, if they made Silver Spoon and Minuet and a season 6 Starlight, I would buy them 100%.
You're 20 minutes.
Maybe even Diamond Tiara, even though I don't like her personality. But yeah.
Oh, I just noticed that this one has,
A bighorn, like
well, it has
those lines.
less lines than this one has a bunch.
Yeah.
It's like her horn is wrapped
Okay.
tighter.
I don't know if I'm gonna run out of time or not.
Yeah,
but...
we need to hurry or else it won't upload.
Okay, so I've had tried to say as much, but I still think that Starlight Glimmer is a legend character. Her voice is...
Plush is your favorite?
I do not... I think Starlight Glimmer is my favorite.
That's
she
your
really
favorite
takes the cake. I mean, I do love I think I love both of them because these two make a great couple. They're
Which
great.
one stays on your bed?
I think
both those two or just one?
both of them.
Both of them.
I think I'm gonna have like a better time sleeping at night with them
They
because
keep each other company.
they're so cute and
Mm-hmm.
it feels like a match made in heaven. Like I'm just so mind blown right now. Like
Cute.
who would have thought that one day you have a Trixie plush and then months later, boom, Starlight. It feels like a match made in heaven. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, are you done?
I think that's all I have to say. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more Thomas and Friends content, and I will do a little bit more My Little Pony stuff because I want to keep you. I want to keep you entertained with my Thomas content, but I would like to do more of these just for fun, even though they are not as popular as Thomas. But if you do like My Little Pony, tell me in the comments below. And who's your favorite My Little Pony character? Like, who are your favorite characters? Personally, I think Rainbow Dash, Starlight, and Canes are my top 3, as well as Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie, but Starlight is really the awesome character. Like, I have to thank her for helping me love this franchise. Without her, I wouldn't have been a brony if I didn't know she existed. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!